You've made it back safely again, Sir Alan. Yeah, we did. The spoils were light, but the most important thing is that everyone returned unharmed. We still got a so-so amount of loot, though. Walter had started using the phrase so-so a lot recently. It seemed he was trying to comfort me, thinking I was bothered by the small amount of loot. It's not that I'm obsessed with the quantity of spoils. It's just that if everyone is risking their lives to fight, I believe their rewards should be as great as possible. We had just returned from our bandit hunting expedition and arrived at the gates of Gaunt's. As we lined up behind a merchant undergoing inspection, one of the guards gave us a "here we go again" look and ran off toward the guard station. Soon after the merchant's inspection finished and we moved forward, Captain Beto and his men came out from the station. Another big haul, Alan. Yes, we captured 2 groups of bandits this time. This chain here is one group, and those 2 over there are the other. Bringing in 2 groups at once, eh? I suppose it's possible with this many people. All right, take them away. Thank you. We'll leave them to you. Lately, the guards' entry inspections for our clan members have become quite perfunctory. I sometimes wonder if that's really okay, but I've decided to see it as a sign of the credit and trust we've built up. I want to get in a bath as soon as possible. The expedition this time was a total of 8 nights round trip. There were no places to bathe along the way, and mentally, I was nearing my limit. As we walked through the city, I noticed some adventurers looking our way and whispering among themselves. Curious, I enhanced my hearing to listen in. Isn't that shining star? Did they capture more bandits? Probably. I hear they're adventurers who specialize in hunting bandits. Still, it's amazing how they find them. They must have a really good source of information. They probably saw the insignia we all wear on our left arms. It seems the clan's reputation is gradually growing. We're not exactly bandit specialists, but since that's all the clan has done so far, I guess it can't be helped if people think that. When we arrived at the clan home, the members of A-Team were training hard in the plaza in front of the building. It looked like a Corinth-style swordsmanship lesson, with Selena and Sharon acting as instructors. I had already received a report from Selena that A-Team had returned from their expedition yesterday with no injuries. Noticing our return, everyone came over to greet us. "Welcome back, Alan. We're back, everyone. Any problems?" "No, but we didn't get much loot from our expedition this time." Clelia seemed bothered by the small amount of spoils. "I see. It was the same for us. Looks like small groups of bandits are a bust. Well, it is what it is. There probably aren't that many wealthy bandits out there anyway." This time, we had attacked and captured 2 groups of bandits, totaling 25 men. The guinea came to about 40,000 combined. There wasn't much cargo worth selling either. It seemed that bandits with fewer members were limited in the merchant caravans they could attack, and their spoils tended to be smaller. The others went back to their training, while those of us in B-Team, as if by instinct, hurried to the baths. After getting out of the bath, Sully, the head of our staff, spoke to me. "Someone from the Adventurers Guild came by 5 days ago. They said they'd like you to visit the guild at your convenience." "Is that so? Understood. I'll try to go tomorrow." I wonder what it's about. It's true I'd been to the Commerce Guild frequently, but I hadn't been to the Adventurers Guild lately. Not that I'm free enough to go when I have no business there. At dinner, once everyone had gotten their food, I called out to them. "Everyone, listen up. Thanks to all your hard work, we should have wiped out the bandits near Gaunt's. So I think we'll put a stop to bandit hunting for now. I'll spend the next day or 2 figuring out our future plans, so let's make the next 2 days a holiday." Whoa! Until now, we had designated the day after returning from an expedition as a rest day, but everyone ended up training or doing clan work anyway, so there hadn't been a single day of complete rest. Now that we've reached a good stopping point, a little break should be fine. I spoke to Captain Dalsum, who was sitting nearby. "Captain Dalsum, if possible, could we cancel training for tomorrow and the day after?" "If you say so, Sir Alan, then of course we shall. It is true that giving soldiers a proper rest is also necessary. They're adventurers, not soldiers, though." Since we had just returned from an expedition, I decided to turn in early. Alone in my room, I reflected on the month since the clan had started its activities. In total, we had captured 11 groups of bandits, which amounted to 215 people. The rewards and quest fees alone totaled 1,290,000 guinea. The spoils were roughly another million guinea. There were 3 wanted men with bounties on their heads, adding up to 310,000 guinea. In total, the guinea we earned would be roughly 2,600,000. I had already sent 3 million guinea to Roberto. When divided among 5,000 people, it's a meager amount, but it should help everyone a little. We had captured all the bandits within a 5-night journey from Gantz. Of course, the drones had either destroyed or buried all the hideouts the bandits had been using, and we've made every usable cave and hole in this entire area unusable. Bandits need a base to live in while they set their traps. Living and camping indefinitely in this monster-infested region without a base would be difficult even for skilled adventurers. Now that we've destroyed all potential bases, it should be hard for bandits to start up business again anytime soon.
And even if this assumption is wrong, I have the drones conducting regular surveys, so if we find any, we just have to go capture them. A group camping in the mountains at night stands out, so they should be easy to spot. Tomorrow, I'll go to the Commerce Guild to report on our recent expedition and tell them we're pausing our bandit hunting activities. I have to go to the Adventurers Guild, too. At breakfast, my party members asked about my plans for the day. When I told them I was going to the guilds, they said they'd come with me. They should be taking it easy on their day off. Right after breakfast, we headed to the Commerce Guild. From experience, Karina was most likely to be there in the morning. If I was lucky, I might get to see her. As I entered the Commerce Guild and walked toward the usual counter, the receptionist saw me and immediately went into the back. That saves me some trouble. Karina came out right away. "Good morning, Sir Alan." "It's been a while, Miss Karina. First, my report on the bandit capture. We captured and handed over 25 men yesterday." "Understood. I will confirm it." "Also, I have something else to report. We're planning to stop hunting bandits for a while. According to the information I have, we've captured all the bandits in this area for the time being." "I see. After capturing that many, I can't help but be convinced. Your information network is excellent, Sir Alan, so that is likely true. In that case, would you like me to withdraw the request?" "No, I'd like to go capture any new bandits if information about them comes in. So, if possible, I'd appreciate it if you could leave the request as is." "Of course. It would be a great help to the guild if you did." "By the way, how is the distillery coming along?" "It seems it will take a little more time. They're almost there, apparently." "Is that so? Well, I'll look forward to it a little longer then." I had given a thorough explanation for the liquor making and included a perfect manual. I've left the rest to them, so I'm basically hands-off, but I wanted to see it at least once when it's up and running. "Well then, I'll be back if anything else comes up." "Ah, Sir Alan, please wait a moment," Karina said, coming out from behind the counter. "Everyone, these are the members of Shining Star," she called out loudly to the entire guild. Instantly, all the merchants inside turned their attention to us. "What? Shining Star?" The merchants approached us all at once, their faces a mixture of surprise and excitement. "Oh, so you're the members of Shining Star. We finally get to meet you. To think you're all so young, truly impressive." "Thank you. I don't know how we can ever repay you." We were showered with words of thanks and praise from the merchants. I glanced at Karina, asking for an explanation. "They all asked me to introduce you if you ever came by," she said with a smile. "I see. Silas did say that merchants despised bandits, so this was their way of saying thanks." We were held up for a while longer, continuously being thanked by the merchants before we finally managed to leave the guild. Next up was the Adventurers Guild. It feels good to be helpful to people, doesn't it? Sharon looked very happy. Actually, everyone else did too. It sure does, and we get paid for it, so you can't beat that. I wish there were more requests like this. We arrived at the Adventurers Guild and I spoke to the receptionist. "I'm Alan of Shining Star. I was told to drop by." "Ah, yes, I was told to expect you. Please come this way with your members." We were guided to the same meeting room as before. A short while later, Guildmaster Kevin and a male staff member came in. "You took your sweet time. Well, you made it just in time, I suppose." "My apologies. We were out on a bandit hunting expedition." Just in time for what? I wondered. All right, first order of business. The entire Shining Star Party is hereby promoted to A rank. What? Already? That was unexpected. I never thought we'd be promoted this quickly. Everyone else looked just as surprised. Well, it is a bit fast, but according to the Guild's evaluation method, you're due for promotion. After all, you've completed so many high evaluation nominated quests and captured that many bandits. No one would argue with it. Is that how it works? The Commerce Guild certainly had been giving us high marks. What about the other members of the clan? I wanted them to be recognized for their hard work too. The request was a nominated quest for the Shining Star Party. The clan members are treated as having only assisted you. They won't receive an evaluation for it. So that's how it's handled. It felt a little like I was hogging all the credit. But then again, the reason everyone came to Gaunt's was to help raise our rank, so maybe this was for the best. I had always thought of rank as a measure of an adventurer's strength, but with an evaluation system like this, it seemed anyone could reach A rank without being particularly strong. Or perhaps the ability to lead others is considered a strength in its own right. Well, if rank is determined by the number and quality of evaluations, then personal strength might not be that relevant after all. Give me your guild cards. I'll have them updated. After collecting everyone's guild cards, the male staff member left the room to update them. Next order of business, there's a theory that something strange is happening deep within the sea of trees. Experts fear this might be a sign of a stampede. To address this, a clan meeting will be held. A clan meeting is a conference where the leaders of influential clans gather. It will be held here tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, and I need you to attend. A stampede? If I remember correctly, that's a phenomenon where various types of monsters go on a rampage all at once. I see, so this is a serious matter.
Am I the only one attending? That's right, only clan leaders are permitted to attend. Understood. Of course, I will be there. So the just-in-time he mentioned was about the meeting. Speaking of influential clans, I completely forgot I told Carl from Gale that I'd contact him when I moved my base. Well, he said Gale was a major clan, so he'll probably be there tomorrow. I'll apologize when I see him. That seemed to be all the business. While Kevin was asking me various questions about the captured bandits, the guild card updates were completed. We received our new A-rank guild cards and left the Adventurers Guild. Alan, we're A-rank. Yeah, that was surprisingly fast. It's all thanks to everyone in the clan. It really is. We have to tell everyone tonight. Clelia was unusually energetic and overjoyed. Well, it was a step closer to her goal, so it was understandable. Of course, the others were all just as happy. Riding the high of their excitement, Clelia and the others suggested we go shopping since we were already in the main part of town. But I had no desire to be dragged along on a long shopping trip, so I decided to head back to the home by myself. Come to think of it, I had something to buy too, but my shopping would be quick, and it was a day off after all. A nap now and then wouldn't hurt. That evening at dinner, when everyone had settled down, I announced that the party members had all been promoted to A rank. The room erupted with more excitement than I'd ever seen. They probably all felt that their dream was one step closer. Of course, I had bought barrels of ale and wine with my own money during the day, and the dinner naturally turned into a banquet. Clelia, Sharon, and the others were still in high spirits, and tomorrow was another day off. For once, we'd all let loose and have a good time. I drank a little too much last night. Thanks to Nanom, I didn't have a hangover, but it had been a long time since I drunk that much. People kept refilling my mug with ale, so I couldn't exactly refuse. After a long, leisurely bath, I headed out for the clan meeting. I wonder what kind of discussion it will be. I arrived at the Adventurers Guild and checked in at the reception and was immediately shown to the meeting room. I was still 10 minutes early. Well, as a newcomer, arriving a little early is just basic manners. When I entered the meeting room, only 2 people were there, and one of them was a familiar face, Carl from Gale. Just as he said, his clan was major enough to be summoned to the meeting. Hey, Carl, long time no see. Carl stared at me blankly. Had he already forgotten me? Hey, it's me, Alan. I didn't forget you. So the rumors were true after all. A new clan called Shining Star has been hunting bandits. That's your clan, right? Yeah, that's right. I told you I was going to make a clan, didn't I? Yeah, but I heard your clan, Shining Star, has dozens of members. I just got back to Gaunt's yesterday and heard the rumors, but I couldn't believe a young guy like you had started a clan that big. I went to Spring Breeze thinking it might be you, but they said you'd left the inn a long time ago. Ah, my bad. Things got hectic and I completely forgot to tell you I moved. I'm really sorry. Don't worry about it. So you're really something else, you know that? It's not me. My comrades are the amazing ones. The only reason I was able to build a clan this sized was because of Clalia. Without her, I could never have gathered 100 people. Maybe so, but those comrades followed you because you're the leader. You really are something else. While Carl and I were talking, people started filing into the room. There were 7 of us in total. Right on time, Guildmaster Kevin was the last to enter. It's time, so let's begin the meeting. First, for those who don't know, let me introduce him. The one sitting over there is Alan, the leader of the new clan Shining Star. A pleasure, I said with a nod. The one from the bandit hunts, a kid this young? Well, that's the reaction I expected. I tend to look younger than I am, apparently around 20. That's nanomes doing, though. All right, let's get started. Recently, strange phenomena have been observed deep within the sea of trees. These include faint, intermittent rumbling sounds and what looks like lightning at night. Does anyone know anything about this? Yeah, some of my younger members mentioned hearing some weird sounds. I see. Iris hadn't reported anything like that to me. This is unprecedented. The Guild's experts suspect this might be a precursor to a stampede. A stampede? Silence fell over the meeting room. This was clearly a very serious problem. Furthermore, while unconfirmed, there has been a report of a dragon sighting in the distance. A dragon? The room was once again enveloped in silence, this time longer than before. A dragon, huh? I'd heard from Iris's reports that several of them lived deep in the sea of trees. I'd even seen a video she captured of a dragon in flight. It was truly a creature on a different level, a class of its own. It looked exactly like a flying dinosaur. Well, dealing with a dragon would be difficult. However, we can make some preparations for a stampede. Therefore, we are considering taking measures to cull the monster population as much as possible. The room immediately became noisy. My clan is short on people with an escort quest. Give us an easy sector. We're all in the same boat. That's no excuse. We'll take the same area we had last time. Everyone began shouting their demands. What were they all arguing about? Hey, Carl, what's everyone talking about? Ah, we're deciding on assigned sectors. Each clan takes responsibility for culling monsters in their designated area. If everyone just hunts wherever, you get an uneven distribution of monsters. Personally, I think it's just a feel-good measure, though.
I see. So that's how it is. Is this a mandatory quest? Not mandatory, not yet, and we don't get any extra pay for it. For the clans, it's a money-losing request. I get it. We don't get extra pay. We just have to hunt monsters in an assigned area. That means the only reward is the usual magic stones and subjugation rewards. This is definitely an unprofitable quest. You could go all the way out there and come back empty-handed, or find nothing but goblins. On the other hand, there probably aren't any quotas, so they wouldn't know if you didn't hunt, right? No, I suppose this is a matter of pride for an adventurer, for a clan. The goal would be to get either a region with few monsters or, conversely, one with a lot of profitable ones. Now I understood why everyone was making such a fuss. After that, a large sheet of paper with a drawing of the Sea of Trees was brought out, and they began the process of deciding which clan would be responsible for which area. The clan's size and strength were also factors, so a decision wasn't easily reached, and the meeting became chaotic. Since I didn't have any particular area I wanted, I just watched. All right, from here to about here for Shining Star. How about it?
Understood, I replied. What? That's way too big. Alan, don't agree so easily. No, considering their strength, I believe they can handle it. Shining Star has over 100 members and all of them are C rank or higher. What did you say? 100 people? C rank? It's all right, Carl. We'll manage somehow, I said. There was more back and forth after that, but eventually the sectors for all the clans were decided. All right, we'll proceed with these assignments. Of course, it's debatable how effective this measure will be against a stampede, but it will be too late to act once it has already begun. I strongly urge your cooperation. If a stampede is truly on its way, then even with the culling, the monster numbers will not decrease and will continue to replenish endlessly. I want you to think of this as continuing the culling until we can confirm whether that is happening or not. Any questions? I see. So that's the nature of a stampede. This was a good opportunity, so I decided to ask about something that Iris had been wondering about. You mentioned dragons earlier, but has there ever been any dragon-related damage in this area? The last time there was an incident was about 60 years ago. Adventurers were attacked, and I believe there were over 50 fatalities. Fortunately, dragons don't seem to be very interested in humans. Although there was a sighting this time, we are not overly concerned about the dragon. I see. Thank you. If any abnormalities or problems arise, please report to the guild immediately. This meeting is now adjourned. The long meeting was finally over. We hadn't decided on much, yet it had taken over 2 hours. Carl, are you free after this? I don't have any particular plans. Then let's go for a drink, my treat. Now that's an offer I can't refuse. We decided to drink at the tavern next to the guild. I ordered ale and some random snacks from the waitress. Hey, Carl, does this kind of thing happen often? Rarely, but occasionally the monster population will spike and cause a string of adventurer casualties. When that happens, the clans cooperate to cull them. I think it happened 2 years ago as well. I see. By the way, Carl, have you ever seen a dragon? Just once, when I was younger, from a great distance. It definitely wasn't a wyvern. I guess I was lucky. I've never seen one. Is it true they breathe fire? Yeah, apparently. It's less like fire and more like a blaze, I hear. Sometimes they can even shoot something like a fireball. Wow, that's amazing. I'd like to see that once. Forget that. Let's talk about your clan. Isn't it incredible? Over 100 members and all of them C rank. Yeah, through various connections, we all gathered with the idea of making a name for ourselves in Gantz. Tell me more. I told him about the clan, glossing over certain details. We also exchanged information about bandits and various other things, making for a very productive afternoon. As evening approached, we finished our drinks, promised to meet again, and parted ways. I was pleasantly tipsy, so I returned to the clan home to rest until dinner. Lying on the bed in my room, I thought about today's meeting. A stampede? If that really happens, it's going to be a disaster. Iris might know something about it. Iris. Yes, Captain. I heard a rumor that something unusual is happening deep in the Sea of Trees. Do you know anything? No, I have not observed any particular abnormalities, unless, perhaps, you're referring to the work I am currently doing. You mean the sound and light from the base construction is reaching this far? No, I don't believe it should reach that far. However, I cannot say with absolute certainty that it is impossible. Come to think of it, I hadn't checked on the base construction at all. I thought it was still a long way off, but it's already been a few months, so there must be some progress. Can you show me the current status of the base? Understood. Here it is. Suddenly, a holographic video, seemingly filmed from high above a construction site, began to play. This is... what?